Here, my dear Pisces, here it is. You leaving it. And here it is, but you've left already. This is not like you're doing it in October. You've done it already. It's over, it's done. And I don't know, I mean, leaving it. It's one of those things where I say you're leaving it, but what are you leaving? Well, it will be different, obviously, to each one of you wanted. But there is one situation that you really felt stuck with, and it's so funny because the cats. Here is the situation that you felt stuck with. Hey, now a crossroad, and you're sitting there and thinking, okay, so now what? Okay, so now what? And this is coming up in the reverse. Tell you what, if you were experiencing this at the end of September or sort of in September or in the beginning of October, well, in October, you will get the answer to, so now what? And the answer is pretty much this. Moving forward to way better times, to way better places, to way, say this is in regard to your job, okay? Because for whatever reason, I had to think of someone's job now. And say some of you were stuck during the month of September or probably even, longer than this, because I have four of swords and 4 of pentacles, and both speak of a stagnation over a longer period of time, you know. And if this was the case for some of you, then job-wise, certainly this is the time to move forward now, and you will be moving forward because you made for whatever you did, whatever you decisions you made, whatever movements you made, say towards the end of September or something, or in September, and those are the movements. Whatever you had, maybe you've left something behind that you've been working on and you left it behind and you thought to yourself, okay, well, this is not bringing me anywhere. I know I'll have to climb up the rock first, but you made yourself on the way and you know that will make it up there anyway. So you did it. The first step has been done. Now what is coming in October is that moment when you gain forward motion and when you start seeing actual happenings in regard to that particular topic. One more time. Some of you might take a job on at a different place, like here. But you will not go alone, certainly not alone. Whatever that might be, it's not going to be, you will not be on your own. Some of you may even move house because the 4 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles are speaking of, 4 is always like, we all have 4 walls around us. That's our house, our home, our property where we live. It usually has 4 walls around us, no matter in which room we are, no matter looking even from outside, they usually have 4 walls. And it's one is turned upside down and the other one as if you're paying money into it and you're moving towards it. Here we go. Of course, that can be an office as well, because an office is represented as well by 4 walls. So this is in case you have been looking for a certain move in your job or in your office situation. or in your company situation. The interesting bit here is that, I don't think the way you go now, after that moment of stagnation that's left behind you now, where you're headed now is not something brand new. It's rather coming from the past. It is something that you're sitting here at the window, and imagine that those two, this is what your head, that's your imagination basically. This is what your fantasy remembers, not even your fantasy, but your memory gives you as a picture. Hey, I remember when I was sitting here and I was playing with you, so many years ago. Or let's say, hey, I remember when I used to work for this company, and I remember how good that was when, and this is something familiar you return to. So that's how it feels to me. You had choices. You had probably 2 choices. Here we go. And you made up your mind, because the card is coming up in the reverse. And the one that you picked was the familiar one, was the one that you already felt familiar with, something that felt more close to you, something probably for many of you, something that's coming from your past back to you, or was just like, some of you may have just had that opportunity, and they knew that, let's say, their company would hire them any minute again, and you just got the phone and you phoned them, and here we are. You are certainly communicating with two people here, and one of them is it's funny because they're quite different. Each of them is quite different, but it is possible that both of them come actually from your past. One of them is quite swift. They're very quick on communicating. They would be straight to the point. They would, and maybe even they are the ones who say would contact you in October first, before you do that, because I can see them really approaching you, really coming towards you and approaching you, and maybe even they might be the initiator. So you will recognize them by the way of their communication, the way they communicate. They're quite straight to the point, they're quite quick, and rather they have a very intelligent way of expressing themselves. Their vocabulary is rich and straight to the point, quick communicators as well. That's one of them. And the other one is great with other things, maybe not with words. They're a bit more stubborn, they're a bit more heavy on the words, but they are the brain, or the money brain. They know how to make the money. So if these two guys or girls approach you and you've known them from the past, well, they're the right people for you. Both of them are in the upright. So I would say, if you would be asking me, well, okay, which one? I would say you should make a team. All of you should make a team, because given this is you and you've got 2 other guys here, that you remember the past, looking at them, you remember the past, how it used to be. And now you've got 2 more guys here. So I suppose that you will be 1, 2, 3 people making making a team. And if you have a look here, even in the boat, even here, you are 1, 2, 3, 3 of you. So it's quite possible that some of you sort of make a team of 3 people or something like that, and that would be something that you really would like, in fact. And the other thing is, you seem to be a key person. They need you. These 2 guys need you. You're the key person. Do you know why? Because you've got the recipe here. You're the high priest. Now the high priest is usually, have a look. She's got the book. She's got the book with all the secrets in there. You know it. You only need to, you don't even need to probably work. You only need to close your eyes and focus on the matter, and then you know already what's to be done. So you're the master in this. You know how to mix the energies. You know how to mix the ingredients, and it's you're the key person. They can't make it without you. But let's say, I don't know, let's say this is some sort of a love romantic situation, and you have been a little lost, and it was a stagnant situation around you, and you were not sure, you were stuck, you didn't know, shall I leave? Shall I stay? I have sort of built something up to some level, but it doesn't seem, we are stuck now, we are not moving forward, we are not going anywhere. And I feel like you were feeling that desire to move on. It just was not fulfilling any further. And if this is it, then you have done it, then that's all right. But part of your movement forward is probably because you were missing something familiar. I can't say that you felt big worries or big disappointments or something like that. Maybe you were recovering from big disappointments for a while. Maybe it was a big disappointment for some of you, but you needed that time to recover. You don't have only one sword, you have quite a few, but you needed to sit down and think about the matter and decide what to do and how to go forwards. And you've made up your decision. In October, you will have made up your decision. The card comes up in the reverse. The only suggestion that the cards are giving us in this romantic, obviously you have options, and obviously you have missed, let's say, you've missed the way you feel like when you had more people around you, and you just want to move back to times that felt familiar and happy for you. And here they are, they're just here. One of them might be a bit more stubborn. It might come a bit further down towards the end of the month, but they're both here. So you will definitely be communicating with at least 2 people here. And if there was a feeling of stagnation and being alone and not knowing, shall I stay in this situation? Although it really is, it feels like a full stop. You will be making your mind up quite quickly, and you will be very free and happy to feel the old, to feel to move towards something that is very familiar with. Some of you may as well go back to their former families, lovers. I don't know. I mean, I don't really see a family uniting or something, but why not? For some of you it could be. For some of you it can mean that the whole family is moving towards those better times after a while of stagnation and not knowing. So what are we supposed to do now? Are we going to stay here in this in this place, in this city, in this town, in this village, or is it better for us to move back to, like, you know, and then you will make your decisions. And as I say, one way or the other, you will be going back to something familiar, something that makes you happy, something that makes you comfortable. The only a little bit of a suggestion is, after all that time of stagnation here that I was showing you, try to ease up a bit. Even if, I mean, in October, and particularly in the UK, I don't know how is it in the States, but the children have a break from school for a week or two. Open up the chest, grab a few coins and go take them away somewhere. It will take them away, but go to a place that you've already been to, because all of you will appreciate it amazingly, and this is where you will find the solution to how to move forward and how to do it. You will be the key person. One more time, you will be the key person, my dear Pisces. And if this is a business, as I said, you may go back to a client that you have already known, or to an old project, but you will renew it, which is great, because ever since Mercury now is forwards and everything is going forwards, rather, the time of stagnation is over now. So whatever you revisited, redone, you now it's time to, and it's the best time actually to bring it new out there and start it anew and finish it off, because it will definitely be a great, I mean, a great destination that you are aiming for, whatever that is. Is it your business or your family or your lover, or I don't know, your job, your creative project, even your creative project, it could be. So I think it's a great month of a forward movement and going back to familiar things, to something that you appreciate.